Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursalina wa Khatamin Nabiyyina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Topic is excellence of Adhan. Excellence of Adhan. The Adhan is one of the great signs of the Islam. It is heard every day, 5 times a day, announcing the time for the Salah, and it's also calling towards the Salah. But when we analyze the meaning of the Adhan, there are many different topics if discussed in Adhan. The first words are Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. These words are basically showing the greatness of Allah. The greatness of Allah is showing here. So it is basically takbir. We are talking about the greatness of Allah, takbir. The one word is used here, Akbar. Akbar has the root letters Kaf, Ba, Ra. In the Arabic language, those words which have the root letters from Ka, Ba, Ra, they are mostly using the meaning of the big or the greatness or the great, but the nature is variable of the different words. In the Quran, there are some words were used which are also originated from the same root letters. One word is Kibriya. It is used in Surah Jafiyah. وَلَهُ الْكِبْرِيَاءُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Other word is used Kabir. Even Surah Fatir. لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةٌ وَأَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. Other letter is Kubarun. It is used in Surah Nuh. وَمَقَرُوا مَقْرًا قَبَّارًا. These are the different, which are all the meaning is greatness, but there is nature of it is variable. But the word Akbar, Akbar is used here as a superlative degree. When we are translating Allah is the greatest of all, because Akbar is superlative degree. The next is, we are giving a Shahada. For the Shahada, first we are doing the Shahada, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I testify that there is none worthy of worship but Allah. I am giving the Shahada of Tawheed here. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Now the Shahada for Risalat. I testify that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Allah's messenger. Call for the Adhan. Hayya ala salah. Come to the prayer. Rise up for the prayer. Then glad tiding. Hayya ala al-falah. Come to success. Rise up for success. Allahu Akbar takbir. La ilaha illallah tawheed. The first is takbir. We are repeating these words 4 times. Then ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, we are shahada for tawheed, repeating 2 times. Then for the shahada for rifalat, 2 times. Hayya ala falah, then we calling for the falah. After that, Allah is telling what mankind is greedy. What bless if we are performing the falah? So what benefit we are getting? The good news is given immediately after that. Hayya alal falah. Come to success. Rise up for success. This word is used also in the Quran about the success, about the successful. In Quran, this word is used in the aflaha. Qad aflaha al-mu'minun. It is used in Surah Mu'minun. Certainly will the believers have succeeded. Also in the Quran, the word is used muflihun. Ulaika ala khudam min rabbihim wa ulaika humul muflihun. In Surah Al-Baqarah. Those are upon guidance from their Lord, and it is those who are the successful. This word falah is giving here in the Adhan about the success. And the ending again on the tawheed, and also there at la ilaha illallah is tawheed. So in that situation, 6 times we are repeating in the whole Adhan about the Allahu Akbar. That person who is calling the Adhan, it is called Mu'azzan. So now I have gathered 3 ahadith. In 3 ahadith, the importance of this action. When the Mu'azzan is calling the Adhan, to what he is getting in reward for that. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the Mu'azzin will receive forgiveness to the extent to which his wife reaches, and all living and non-living things will testify on his behalf. And he who attends Salah in congregation, for him the reward of 25 Salah, and it becomes an atonement for his sins between 2 Salah. And in the effects of that Adhan, the rewards of the Mu'azzin is going to the extent to which his wife reaches. And all living and non-living things will testify on his behalf on the day of judgment. And those attendees will come for the Salah, in congregation they will pray, they will get the reward of 25 times Salah. And it becomes also an atonement for sins between the Salah. So much blessing with getting the Mu'azzin here. The other hadith is, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Mu'azzanuna atwal an-nasi a'naqan yawm al-qiyamah. The Mu'azzins will have the longest necks on the day of judgment. Their necks are longest. It is difficult to understand how the situation will happen at that time, but only thing basically this longest necks is depicting the prominence of those people on the plane of reckoning. On the day of the judgment, they have a special protocol. They have a prominence. on that day. The next hadith is that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah and His angels send blessings upon the persons of the first row. Those persons in the first row, so there is blessings on them. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala safil muqaddam. The one who calls Adhan receives forgiveness to the extent to which he raises his voice. All living and non-living things who hear his call testify to it. And for him is a reward equivalent to all those who perform salat with him. In this hadith, the importance to standing in the first row and also for the living and the non-living things will testify the action of the muazzin on the day of the judgment, and he is getting the reward equivalent to do all those who perform the salat with him. So from this information, so we are gathering it, the act of the muazzin is a very great act. So we have to try, we have to call Adhan. Just like in the morning we are wake up, so we are making our schedule for the day. So we have to make schedule in the morning. I have to try to call one Adhan today. If we are making the planning in the morning, so inshallah Allah will make easy for us. So then we can call Adhan, at least one Adhan every day. Okay, if we are doing the Adhan, so much blessings we are getting. Okay, living and non-living things will testify about that action. So in this situation, definitely in the masajid, there is a limited opportunity for the Adhan, but Allah is so kind. Okay, Allah also make the opportunity for all people, okay, how we can get the reward from this action of the Adhan. This hadith is about to reply. When the muazzin is calling Adhan, to what a common man can give the answer for that. If قال المؤذن الله أكبر الله أكبر. When the muazzin is calling Allahu Akbar, فقال أحدكم الله أكبر Allahu Akbar. So reply is Allahu Akbar. Then muazzin is saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Answer is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Muazzin is calling Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Reply Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. When the muazzin is saying Hayya ala falah, Hayya ala falah. For both these words, the reply should be there, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power and no strength except with Allah. Muazzin say Allahu Akbar. Answer Allahu Akbar. Muazzin is saying La ilaha illallah. The reply is La ilaha illallah. If any person will perform, giving the reply of these things, at the end of the hadith is Min qalbihi dakhal al-jannah. Who is giving these reply for the muazzin with ikhlas, with sincerity, that he will enter into the Jannah. It is good news. Muazzin is also getting the benefit, and the other person which are listening the Adhan and giving the reply to it, they are also getting the benefit. We have to keep in mind that Adhan is a complete call because it incorporates blessed words of tremendous meaning. It is the most perfect and most beautiful form of the remembrance. When we are calling toward the Adhan, it is the most best words. Okay, there is an ayat in the Quran in Surah Hamim Sajda. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. Whose speech is better than he who invites towards Allah and did good deeds? Adhan is whose words were better, who is calling towards Allah. So it is a great act. Also we have to little bit ponder about that. When we are giving the Adhan, we are repeating the word Allahu Akbar 6 times. If we calculate for the 5 times Salah, 30 times we are repeating the word Allahu Akbar in Adhan 30 times. If we are replying it, so we are also adding 30 more. It means 60 times repeating Allahu Akbar. If we are also calculating in Iqama, the Iqama is the basically that type, the second call for the Salah. When they are saying the Iqama, it summons the Muslim to line up for beginning of the prayer. If we are also counting Allahu Akbar 30 times in also Iqama. So in that way, 90 times the word Allahu Akbar we are repeating every day. 30 times in 5 times Adhan, 30 times when we are replying for the Adhan, and 30 times in the Iqama. When this so much repetition is going on, so what is the basic behind idea is that? Idea is that it will develop our Iman. Okay, Iman is when we are talking about our tongue, also we have to verify ikrarum bil lisan and also need the tasdeequm bil qalb. For tasdeequm bil qalb, Iman will develop. So when we are so much frequently, we are showing the greatness of Allah, talking about the greatness of Allah, so in that way Iman will be increased there. Also we have to keep in mind that we have to respect the Adhan. Okay, respect is very much important for the Adhan. Okay, it is the great symbol of the Islam. And when we are replying to the Adhan with ikhlas, with sincerity every time, so it is basically one of the means to enter into the Jannah. But at the same time, if we are replying the Adhan with sincerity, with ikhlas, so inshallah Allah will give us ability to come to the mosque, to pray the Salah in congregation. Spread this message far and wide. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.